Hey, I'm Arvelyn Lewis and I sell real estate. And I am just thinking about how much I want this COVID thing to be over because I'm ready for some and you know why? Because that's my family. That's how my family gets together when we have family reunions. There's a lot of and kee and all that kind of crazy loud laughing. I miss that and I want to get back together. But you know why? This is the reason, mostly for me. Well, I love all the laughing and the cackling and getting together, but wrapped up in all of that kiki and cat, there's always some wisdom. And I miss getting that little bit of wisdom from my aunts and my uncles and my cousins, all my family. We get wisdom, and today I want to share some of the wisdom that my uncle Zeb told me. Uncle Zeb is cooler than Dolomite. Now listen, don't tell him that I'm about to tell you this because he gonna get me. And I don't want him to get me for telling you some of his stuff. So this is what he told me. He said, life is like a game. And as soon as you figure out the rules on how to play the game, they change the rules. They change it. They change it up. And all of a sudden, you're trying to figure out what's going on here. Wait a minute, I got it. I figured it out. And now it's all different. And while you're trying to figure it out and get to wait a minute, I want to get on this and I want to win. While you're looking at the stuff that's moving, while you thought you had it together, you're not paying attention to the part that's stable in the middle. You're looking at the moving parts. The part that's stable is right there in the middle. And then when you figure it out, they change it back. It's always something different in life. And if you move too slow, you'll miss it. You waiting for me to relate this to real estate, right? Because that's what I'm going to do. See, real estate crashed in 2007, 2008, and some of you have been waiting for this market to crash, not paying attention to the low that's been the interest rate the whole time. Well, not the whole time. Well, yeah, actually, the whole time. When this frenzy started was like in 2019, around November, and you guys have like, what's going on? I was too, because I forgot that Trump dropped the interest rate down to near free in November of 2019. So I have had buyers say, what, am I supposed to buy a house just because the interest rate's low? Yeah, absolutely. Because see, the reason that you buy low, anything that you invest in, you buy low and you sell high. That's the rule. That's how you play the game of investment. And the truth about investing in real estate is what you're really buying is the money. Now, the big dogs, the big players, the big investors that have been doing it with cash, that have been beating you out, those big companies that have been buying, they went to the bank and they got a loan just like you did. They just got a lot more. They got a lot more, like millions. And so you've been competing with the big dogs, the big investors that have been buying several houses with cash while you've only wanted one. That's how we've been doing it. So, if you're following the same principle and the same rule as the big investors do, then you'll buy the money because that's how it always works. That's the way it goes. You buy the money, and the collateral to ensure that the bank gets their money back is the house. And too many of the buyers, the everyday buyers that just want one house, are too concerned with whether or not the doorknob turns to the left or to the right, too concerned with how much paint they've got to put on the walls, when this is the best time to buy while the interest rates are low. Don't focus on the moving parts. Focus on the reason that you're supposed to make the investment because the rates are low. You buy when it's low and you sell when it's high. The interest rates are still low. They're going up now. Yes, they are going up. And some are falling off because the interest rate going up as well as the values of a house going up have kicked them out of the game. They're out of the game. They can't get in it. So if you still got an opportunity to play the game, get in, get in, get in. I'm Arvelyn Lewis. My first investment on a house was near 9%. Oh, I want to tell you, rental, if you're renting a house, that's 100% interest. 100% interest. And if you're saving money in a bank, your traditional bank account, what are you getting? 1%, 2%? Do the math. I sell real estate.